Oh hey, have you always wanted to know how to wrap your own handlebars just like this? Well, you're in luck. We're going to do that today.
Oh yeah!
So here's what you need to wrap your handlebars. Of course, bar tape, scissors, finishing tape, it's not electric tape, some bar plugs, and of course, a rubber mallet. So let's begin. So here we go. You've just installed your shifters, or in my case, I'm rewrapping my bars after a long, hard season of cyclocross. So we're going to want to secure our cables. There's a couple different ways to do it. First of all, we don't want to use our finishing tape because, well, it's pretty thin and, I don't know, I want to save it. I like to use this large Primate brand tape to secure my cables and housing. There's a couple things you can do. Some mechanics wrap all the way up to here. I don't necessarily like doing that. Instead, what I like to do is just kind of secure in a couple locations. I like to get it at this first bend, and then I also like to secure it up here. The benefit of doing it like this is later when you rewrap your bar tape, you aren't unwrapping a whole bunch of tape all over the place. You're just doing a couple spots. And if you have a knife, it's really easy just to cut in here, pop it off, and away you go. Here's a pro tip for you. That toe strap from your sweet street fixie that you no longer use, I actually like to secure my bars so they aren't moving all over the place when I'm wrapping them. I don't know what kind of person you are, but I'm an inside out kind of wrapper, just like Eminem. Some people like to wrap from the outside in, but frankly I find it confusing. Like putting chickens and ducks in the same barnyard, like marmalade and peanut butter, like raisins and oatmeal. So here we go. When we start, I want to start at the bottom of the bar with about half of the sticky bit sticking out. Pulling a little bit of tension, and when it begins to overlap at the bottom, you want to cut it in almost immediately. Now you want to pay attention to the shape of the bar tape. Because it's not flat on both sides, there's actually kind of a beveled edge, and what I'm doing is I'm overlapping these beveled edges. So when you get to this part of the wrap, you want to leave a little bit of space between the top of the bar tape and the bottom of the hood. And this is where we do what's called a figure-8 wrapping method. This is an age-old Italian tradition that was handed down to me by the son of Mario Cipollini himself. To do this, instead of wrapping around, you're going to want to wrap up and over the base of the hood, around the back. And when we get to here, I'll actually tuck the bar tape as much underneath the hood as possible. Then around the back again, over the top of the hood, and there you go. Your figure-8 wrapping method is done. So now let's wrap the rest of the bars. I'll keep continuing up through here. When we get to the initial bend of the bar, right about here, I'll release the bars, swing them down so I can complete wrapping from the front. So let's finish this up. Wrap, 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 wrap. Coming out of turn 4 and almost done. Now earlier when we secured the cable with our tape, it kind of acts as an indicator of where we want to finish wrapping our handlebars. So I'll actually wrap past where I want to stop, kind of keeping an idea of the general vicinity, kind of keep in mind where I want to finish wrapping my bars. You could wrap all the way to your stem if you're a total Fred, but I'll actually wrap and leave a little bit of space between the edge of my bar tape and the logo. So using my fingers kind of like a placeholder, I'll take my scissors and I'll actually score the bar tape right around here. So let's unwrap our bar tape just a little bit. Find our score mark, cut along the score. Get that little guy. Now as we get to the end here, here's a little pro tip for you that I picked up. Taking our finishing tape, I'll actually line it up with the edge of your bar tape. You actually want to make contact with the bar. Pull this down, wrap your bar tape over it, pull the finishing tape up and over. You can even run the handlebar tape directly on the finishing tape, like so, and then just make sure that I'm lining everything up nice and straight. Then when you get to the bottom here, you can cut it. Just pull it all together nice and neat. So now, to install our bar plug. In this case, a bar keeper, because you're going to need one eventually. Fold in the edge of your handlebar tape, install the bar keeper. And if it gives you any trouble, that's where our friend Mr. Mallet comes in. Easy peasy. Last but not least, return that hood to its rightful location. Admire your handiwork. You've just wrapped your own bar tape. Tell your friends.